My next guest is Tony Serrato. He is a parks coordinator with the 64th Beaufort Water Festival. Welcome, Tony.
Thank you very much. I can't begin to tell you what an honor and privilege it is to be here today.
It's great to have you.
Part of the event and representing the Beaufort Water Festival.
And you've been doing it for a long time, so talk about your history with this event.
This is my 15th year with the annual Beaufort Water Festival. It started back with a business associate with Marvin Morrison, who was then the Commodore at the time. And he knew I was from Beaufort, so he said, "Tony, would you like to be part of the Water Festival?" And I said, "Absolutely." And here it is 15 years later, and I'm so proud to be part of such a wonderful organization.
And as we talked earlier, this is volunteer. You have a company, and this has nothing to do with your company.
It has nothing to do with our
Right.
company. Every staff member, every coordinator, every director that's part of the festival are strictly volunteer. And yes, I have another business that I own and operate, and it takes up my time, but it's well worth it. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
And obviously your heart, your soul is invested in this event, or you wouldn't be doing it for 15 years, but why do you do it?
My ultimate goal is to reach the wear the red and white, as we say in the coordinator position or staff level of the Beaufort Water Festival. The red and white being the Commodore someday. That's my ultimate goal. And being from Beaufort and growing up in Beaufort is part of my family, part of my history, part of my heritage. It has everything to do with being from Beaufort and growing up in Beaufort. And so that's my ultimate goal, is to someday wear that red and white.
Wow. So being the Commodore is like the ultimate.
It's the ultimate. The Commodore is the lead guy in charge of everything, and he, this year it's Brian Patrick.
Right.
And he has done a wonderful job, and he's done a wonderful job with organization and staff and the whole event in a whole.
It's so organized. And so many volunteers are involved, and the hours and hours. I mean, I don't think people really understand the behind the scenes.
There is quite a bit that goes on behind the scenes. I would say on average it takes about 250 volunteers, no matter what level you are, to make it happen.
Right.
But it's all about camaraderie within the community. Everybody that's a staff member, a coordinator, or a director are all made up of the community within Beaufort.
Right.
So we're all here as part of the community.
So it kicks off on July the 12th.
July the 12th.
Yes, and it goes on for 10 days.
10 days.
What are your favorite events of that?
By far, the opening ceremonies is my best event. It's so much fun. The bands and everything that happens is it's just a wonderful day. To beginning a celebration of the Beaufort Water Festival.
Right.
As far as other events, I would say that the Low Country Supper is a great event.
And that's a very hometown event.
Hometown.
I mean, the tourists can come, but it's really...
It's really about the hometown, because traditionally we know what our Low Country Supper here is in Low Country. And so that's what brings everybody together, to make everybody come and sit and socialize and have a good time.
Right. And then, of course, I think the closing event on that Sunday with the Blessing of the Fleet.
Blessing of the Fleet.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
The Blessing of Fleet is a fun, full day event for family organization. It kind of gives the Water Festival an opportunity to say thank you to the community by holding this event, and we give blessing to everybody, and everybody happy, and make sure everything's structurally happily done.
So you as parks coordinator, what does that mean? What is your role during the entire 10 days? What will you be doing?
My role as a parks coordinator is to ensure that everything that happens inside the park, the infrastructure of the park per se, where all the organization, the tents, the trailers, the stage, and everything happens, and that it's all put together correctly, and that we know all the logistics. We know it's going to function normally, and it's to the benefit of the Water Festival and the community.
Any message to the community, maybe about safety or anything, as they come in and enjoy the various events?
Just to enjoy yourself and be yourself and have a good time and enjoy the activities. There is always the safety precaution.
Right.
We want everybody to be safe and not have anybody get injured, anybody get hurt or anything of that nature.
And let's finish up on food.
Okay.
So you mentioned the Low Country Supper, but what kind of food will be at the Low Country Supper?
The Low Country Supper is basically the shrimp, kielbasa sausage, corn.
Okay, the Low Country boil.
Low Country boil, watermelon. Matter of fact, I was talking to one of the other directors today about the truckload of watermelons we have coming in for the Low Country Supper. And honestly, I was surprised to see it was that many. I was like, it's a huge amount, but it's a lot of fun.
Thank you, Tony. Appreciate so much your work and your volunteerism.
Thank you very much for having me.
And all of that.
It's my pleasure to be part of this and to be part of the Beaufort Water Festival.
Well, Beaufort Water Festival will open on July 12th and it'll close on the 21st.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
Come out and see us.
Right. I'll be right back.